When it comes to charter school, we're confused because they're neither public school or private schools. Charter schools are funded with taxpayer money but operated independently. The first charter school was founded in 1992 and now they're everywhere all over the country. According to the data from the National Center for Education Statistics, there are about 6,700 charter schools in America. We heard a lot of stuff about charter school, like they are a part of the state school system and accountable to public for their result. They are school of choice, so they do not enroll students solely based on where they live. They are privately managed by an organization that has a charter or contract with an authorizer. We've been told that charter schools are great and will make a huge change in our education system. But is it always a great picture when charter school comes to your mind? Many issues happen lately makes us want to question if charter schools are always good like how people around us have talked about. The truths are hidden, and we are here to say that charter schools are not that great.
Now that we know what a charter school is, we should go over why parents would enroll their children into one. There are many reasons why a parent would want to enroll their children into a charter school. For one, charter schools cannot discriminate against race, gender, religion, or disabilities. In addition, most charter schools have their own curriculum, meaning they can focus on educating about fine arts or science and technology. All charter schools are all different and have their own educational system, so some charter schools may cater to a certain population than others. Most parents would also want their children to have a good learning environment, and due to their small size, students can also have more one-on-one conversations with their teachers. In addition to this, the teachers and staff all have high-quality experience in the educational field. And because of this, most charter schools would have a really high reputation for their education.
Although charter schools may sound good in theory because they provide fresh alternatives to standard learning practices, a large percentage of them fail when applied to the real world. In fact, a study in Florida found that 119 charter schools closed down in the past decade, 14 of which were unable to make it past their first year. This is very detrimental to these schools' respective districts when you consider how many charter schools are founded. Oftentimes, charter schools boast higher test scores and academic performance in order to get public schools closed down and privatized. So when that charter school closes, the district may experience overcrowding from having one less school for its students, not to mention all of the money that is lost during this process. Speaking of money, another major problem with charter schools is the fraudulent behavior that many of them take part in to make money. For example, some charter schools have been found guilty of lying on their attendance records, stating that they have a larger number of students in attendance than they really do. This means that those schools receive more taxpayer dollars than they should. And if that wasn't bad enough, a recent study found that charter schools misspend their funds 4 times more than any other taxpayer-funded agency. These are just a few of the problems associated with charter schools.
Charter schools avoid negative attention from the public in many ways. States often hold alternative schools to lower standards, and yet charters will hire lobbyists and donate to political campaigns in order to keep policy bars set low. This way, political figures can be swayed to make decisions that benefit the charters that support them. Padding of attendance records is also seen in charters, giving schools access to state funds, despite having a lack of students in attendance. These schools fail to test enough students to keep the state informed about their progress, and claim that students who drop out are pursuing adult degrees, such as GEDs, to hide their inadequate schooling from the public and keep themselves in good standing with the government.
Charter schools pose many controversial issues when it comes to education, and they won't be going away anytime soon. But there are things that can be done that can help reduce some of the effects they have on traditional public education. By providing separate funding for charter schools, it can help avoid money being drawn away from public schools to afford each student that is transferred. Another thing that would help is regulating charter schools' performance, not basing it solely on standardized testing. It is hard to verify the benefits of charter schools on individual performance, as their school's performance doesn't represent a standard population, as charter schools often cherry pick the students that are enrolled, typically avoiding disabled or problem students. This can lead to unrealistic results when compared to their traditional counterparts, and that is why regulating their overall performance, such as testing a random sample group compared to a sample group of students denied enrollment at the school, will provide better results on education benefits.